and welcome to my unboxing and reboxing of Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a game that I like a lot, and we like a lot in my household. It is a game for 2 to 4 players, and it's an 8+. It's really accessible without having to read much, but it still has a lot of really good strategy in it. First, we have a thank you card with a QR code for Learn to Play Our Games. That could be useful. We also have rules. We have rules in English and we have rules in French. It is a 4-page rule book with illustrations, so fairly simple. These are dividers for the box once we have gotten the box. There are 4 of these. These are dividers for the box. We'll do that after we have gotten into here. Then we have the board. The board looks like this. So we have a center and then 3 rings out from the center. And we have our sun. So the sun goes on the board. The sun has this corner cut out here, and it goes on the different sides here where there's a flat space, and this back holds it in place so that it's really easy to only get it in the right places. And the sun rotates around the board. Next, we have some punch boards. This first punch board has our 4 sun revolution counters here. And then we also have some of our scoring tokens here. There should be 24 scoring tokens. We definitely don't have 24 scoring tokens here. We also have our first player token. So these tokens look like this. And on the back, they look like this. Silica packet. Then we have our next punch board has a player board and some of our trees down here. I think these are the small trees. Okay, so these are definitely the small trees. So each player gets their own variety of trees. And so this player board goes to these small trees. There should be 8 of each variety. And so I have 7 half trees here. And this is the first board here. These trees come apart out of the punch board, and then they are going to go together like this, but actually these are all the same direction right now. So we've got 7 half trees here that go with the oak. And then we have the pine board. Looks like this for the pine trees. And we have 8 of the pine trees here. Okay, and so here, the last one of these is one of the ones that has the cut in from the top. So that will go with one of the trees that has the insert on the bottom, and they will join together to build a tree like this. So all the trees are going to be this cross shape once assembled. Next, we have our maple tree here. This is our maple tree board, and then we have 7 of our maple tree pieces, 7 halves of our maple trees for the small trees. Then we have this tree, and I just realized I'm not actually sure what variety this is. I don't think it actually says, so I'm not sure what kind of trees these are. I'll look it up and see if I can find the answer before I post this video. And on this, we have 7 half trees as well of the small size. On this next punch board, you can see that we have some of the seed tokens for this last tree that I don't know what it's called. We have 6. There should be 6 for each variety. I've got the 6 of those. We also have our medium and large trees. So there should be 2 large trees of each variety. So that's these. And 4 medium of each variety. That's all here. So this board contains everything else that we need for this tree player, as well as 2 more of our scoring tokens. So on the back, those scoring tokens are 13. And you can see the size difference between the small to the medium and then to the large for the trees. So we're still missing the other halves of these trees, but we've got all the mediums, larges, and the seed tokens here. These are also going to assemble just the same way as the small trees. They're going to slide in on each other. So for this large one here, slides in like this, and you never disassemble these. They stay assembled once you've got the game. So you don't have a lot of assembly to do for setup each time. Just like we had all the seeds and all of the medium and large trees and 2 scoring tokens for that tree, then we have the same for the maple. We have our 2 large and 4 small tree, or 2 large and 4 medium trees, and our 6 seeds for the maple. And then we have 2 more scoring tokens. These are 14 on the back. Next, we have our pine trees. We have our 4 medium and our 2 large pine trees, along with our 6 seeds. And then we have 3 of our scoring tokens. They are 18, 18, and 19 here. And next, the same for our oak trees. We have 6 seed tokens, as well as our 2 large trees and our 4 medium trees, and 3 more of our scoring tokens. This is 16, 16, and 17 here. And now we have the rest of our small trees. So we have the other half of our pine trees, and we have the other half plus a whole oak tree, the other half plus a whole maple tree, and the other half plus a whole of the tree I did not figure out what it was. We also have 4 light point trackers over here. Then we just have 2 empty spacers here that were being used to hold up the punch boards and make everything not rattle around as much in the box before it was all assembled. But now we get to take our actual box dividers here. We've assembled our trees. Each one of these is going to make a section. Yes, like this. It goes in the box. And you might have guessed it, but our trees are going to go in each of these sections so that they are sorted by players. Now we're going to take all the trees of a certain type and put them down in a quadrant along with the seed tokens. Now, the only catch to this organization is now all of our boards are going to go in here. They're going to set on top. It's going to be easy, but we still have these pieces. So these pieces down here, I am going to stick all in this box because color-wise, they are the most different from what's in this quadrant. That's why I'm choosing to put them in with the pines so that it's the easiest to sort them back out afterward. This instructions sheet I'm just going to discard as well. And then we're going to put the board in. So we're going to start by putting the board in the middle. And these boards. Maybe I'll start with these boards. Okay. These boards are going in, and this board and sun. Just going to go under here like that. Then we can put our rules back in and we can replace the lid. And we have unboxed and reboxed Photosynthesis. I really enjoy this game, and unboxing this definitely made me ready to bring it back to the table. If this video helped you at all, if you would give us a like and a subscribe and come back for more videos. Thanks.